I never asked before we start. When do you have work? How much time do we have?
I kind of almost unlimited time. I don't have work today.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna go in after this and work 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
To max out my weeks. I'm trying to max my weeks out. That's what I said. I was doing my budget. Mm-hmm. And seeing like if I go ahead and max my weeks back out to 60, because the work here doesn't suck ass and I hate my life when I can walk in there.
Naturally.
It's a little bit easier to hit that 60-hour mark. So this is my short week. So technically, this morning was my last time to be there. Mm-hmm. So I'm work tonight and then probably the next day. Back to hit my 60 hours for the week and I'll be off Friday, Saturday.
Okay. Nice.
So, but that'll effectively almost like double my paycheck. So since I started, we're back here. I get paid every week.
Ooh, nice.
So, which is really nice. And then pushing the hours up there, I get paid nearly double my paycheck. So putting money to the side for spending while on vacation and saving.
Nice.
Because I don't have a lot of faith in America over the next couple of years. So I might need a
backup plan. Yeah.
Exit stage left.
And that's kind of what I'm hoping with this as well. Wow.
No, that's nice.
They say they like black people up there.
Do they now?
That's what the black people say.
Okay. What's with that face?
I mean, after Paris, like, I didn't feel the fire like I felt in Paris. So.
A lot of people don't have good experiences in Paris, black or not.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Nope.
He said we can restart, but not that part.
Yeah, we passed that part.
Are you sure?
But yeah, no, my name's Charlie. I'm one part of the podcast. Yeah, I haven't been doing anything important over the last week. Just kind of meandering, cleaning up here and there. I'm kind of doing my spring cleaning in the winter. Mm-hmm. But just trying to get used to this job and increasing my hours working there. But that's all I got going on. Keith Gibson.
Yes, I am.
I mean, it's gonna be on there anyway.
Oh no, it's definitely on there. Yeah, yeah. It's not my married name though.
It's not your government name.
It's technically not my government name anymore.
But that's how you find them on Facebook, little ladies and gentlemen.
Stop! You stop right now.
You said his Facebook ain't changed though.
I have to at this point. But yeah, I'm Keith. Over the past week.
Keith. How you doing?
You stop. Over the past week, I've been trying to pass the isokinetic test for my job, which
For your new job.
For my new job. I have left my previous job. And I'm trying to get better mobility in my knees and shoulders because that's what it calls for. And I'm having a great time. I actually have to check my email after this to make sure that an appointment has been made.
Sounds like fun.
Hi, I'm Kayla. I haven't really been doing much this past week. I've just been trying to work on business things, like try to get more online orders and marketing and things like that. Still just like working on that and try to figure out social media and stuff. Other than that, I'm just here.
I can tell you what you've been doing a lot over the past week.
Getting on my damn nerves.
I was going to say sleep.
We all said the same thing.
I was going to say sleep.
I really get in my
Yeah, no, you've been getting in a lot of
stressing
naps.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
I need a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't help when I feed you.
Because you want me to eat a whole full course meal and I just want to girl dinner myself through the day.
That's not allowed. You know that's not going to be allowed. Go on, drink your water too. Because I know you haven't had a lot of water. You are not doing that straight into the mic.
Somebody liked it.
But no, it's just fucking with it's nice to edit out that sound.
No, I'm probably not going to be. You know what? I'm probably not. Just to spite you.
It's not hurting me.
Just to spite you.
You have to hear it.
Have people out here just hearing it.
Just a straw against the cup. It'll be okay.
And
You
hearing
like
you
my metal
swallow?
I wouldn't think about that part.
I bet.
Ah, shit.
Okay.
So how's everyone doing with the state of affairs?
I gotta listen to the news from yesterday. So I did hear about a Delta liner that ended up falling over.
Oh yeah,
That crashed.
Canada or some shit.
Yeah. I also heard how the United States beat the shit out of Canada's hockey team. But that's in sports news, and I don't know a lot of people that watch sports. But that was funny.
Need a little funny every now and then with everything going on.
I mean, a little bit. It doesn't help that Canada ended up booing our national anthem. Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, well.
And then I think there was like if I remember correctly, for the Canadian or for the U.S. versus Canada hockey team, there was a fight every quarter.
Of course, it wasn't hockey.
Oh no! It like usually it'll be like 1 to 2 fights per game. Mm-hmm. If it's a rivalry, then maybe 1 fight per quarter. This was like genuinely 1 fight per quarter, and man, they threw hands. But that's why I like hockey. You can go ahead, you can fight, and then give them a good handshake afterward. You know, good sport.
You know what that was like playing sports? You had to get that handshake afterwards.
Yeah, just
Like,
good
everyone
game.
squeezing your damn hands afterwards. Like, oh, fuck you, but I respect you.
That's how it is in sports. It's like well, that's how it's supposed to be. Like you can dislike your opponent, but you can have a lot of respect for them. And that's honestly one of the reasons why pivoting to gaming. That's why I liked League. At least in the older days when you're able to like go against someone. Stop. Don't look like that.
I was thinking, I'm like, I ain't bringing up League.
But in the older days of League, like I was able to go ahead, play a game against someone that was better than me, and like I would learn more from them than I would from my own teammates. But then again, I also was playing, like I was first learning how to play top lane then. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
I decided to play on the island. What?
Sorry, you just started nerding out and then you...
Leave me alone. You married the nerd. What do you want from me?
He's so cute. What's our topic again for today?
Our topic is how we, as African Americans, talk and how it's perceived. Something like that. And I'm thinking more of like one of the examples that you had brought up where you were talking to someone and they said that you're very clear when you speak. Like you don't sound like you're black type thing.
No, it was yeah. I remember you were on a date, and your date asked you if
That's
you.
what it was.
They asked you like, did you predominantly grow up in like the suburbs or in like white neighborhoods?
That ain't what they asked me. They asked me, "Do I only date white girls?"
Right,
And
that's what it
I was
was.
like, "What?"
Oh.
I don't know how to take this question.
Right, and like you answered the question. I was like, what? How did we get to here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was
'Cause
like,
that's not
yeah,
usually like a
that's
question.
not. That's quite strange.
It's a very strange question.
Especially it was a first date, right?
Kinda, yeah. A first date. She was black,
Mm-hmm.
so that was that. That's what threw me really, because I was like, I mean, I don't only date white girls, but I haven't dated a white girl honestly since high school. So that was like,
Why did you assume that?
yeah, what
Yeah.
what drew you to this
And what did she
conclusion?
say?
No, she just said I talk really proper.
Yeah, no, I've gotten that all while growing up. Just like, you sound white. Like,
Yeah.
you sound.
I hate that response.
I mean, when you grow up in like inner city, like very inner city, you hear so many different types of dialects, and maybe it was just the fact that my parents were like, "Yeah, no, you're not going to talk like that." It's like, you can understand it, you're not going to talk like that though.
Wait, I'd like to get back to this date. So, did she not talk the same way you do?
Ooh, that's a good question. That is a very good question.
I felt like she did. Yes, I mean, it didn't. It wasn't like, you know, hood or anything like she sounded. She enunciated her words, and
Yeah.
you know, everything like it.
It's just knowing that your date was black does make it seem like, why did you ask me that?
Right.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if we talk the same. Like, what is it about?
I mean,
my
I don't know,
voice
man.
that's
Maybe
weird to
we
you?
didn't talk the same. I just didn't notice, or
Yeah. Maybe
yeah.
they notice something more about your voice than you usually do. Or that you would notice. Because obviously it's your voice.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that's as like black, like African Americans, we don't notice these things about our voice until someone different says something about our voice. Whether they look like us or not. They're like, you sound different. Where did you go to school? Where did you grow up?
Yeah, that when I first moved down here, I cannot tell you how many people are like, "Oh my gosh, where are you from?" I'm like, "New York." Why? I was like, "You have a New York accent." I'm like, "No, I don't."
really don't remember you having a New York accent.
Apparently, I did.
Yeah. I mean, we only had one class together, but still.
Fair, but apparently, like, I had a New York accent when I first moved down here, and they're like, "Yeah, no, I never would have. Would have figured that you're not from here, but not New York." I'm like, I mean, I sound like every other dude. What do you need? I sound like I'm from New York. Now, I'm not like New York City, New York, but I'm from New York. And to all the people that are like, New York, like everywhere else is not New York, it's like, chill, please, respectively. But yeah, like, I always thought that was interesting. There was gonna be another thing that I was gonna bring up, but I can't fully remember what it was.
So I got a question. I want to see what you guys think about this. So I was discussing the same subject with my mom, right? I was like, that was different. That was weird. I haven't had that that question ever presented to me in that way before. Um, and she ran one by me. She was like, you know, I was given given a tour running through our brochure of her because she's got a daycare, and she was showing this parent all the activities that are available to the kids. If they go to the daycare, they do violin, they do ballet, they do jazz, they do piano, they do gymnastics, they do
It's really nice daycare.
like a jump rope program and different stuff. And she got to the end of everything, and black couple. She's interviewing. They're interviewing each other rather, saying trying to see if it's a good fit. And the late, I guess, the mom, like, she says, yeah, all those are great, but do you do any black activities? And
what does that mean?
I was like, well,
what does that mean?
What does, yeah. So I was like, I was at a loss. I was like, I have no, like, what the?
Because it just makes me think about like what Trump was saying on his campaign trail. It was like they're taking all of the black jobs. I'm like, what are black jobs? Do I have a black job?
Yes, we all have black jobs. That's wild. If I was your mom, I would be like, and what is a black activity for a child to you?
Yeah, that's what I would have got. Because I was like, did you?
It's like,
did you get? Yeah, I was wondering. Like, did she give you an answer? Because I would have had to ask the question.
I'm like, I need examples.
No lie, at least one. Just give me one.
At least one.
Give me one, and I can work with the rest. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, like what is it that your child usually does at home that you need to be done here at the daycare that is considered a black activity? As a child, what is a black activity?
I was trying to think of some, and I
couldn't save it, dude. That one,
I couldn't either.
I was like,
my first thought was double dutch, and I'm like, that's jump roping,
right?
And I was like, I don't know. You wanna have your kid go to the corner store with $10 and come back with change?
So confused what these parents want.
At times that was an athletic feat.
It was, yeah. You want to try and race a bike?
Especially coming back with the change.
Right. You want to try and race a bike? I've raced bikes. I've won against bikes. That was back when I was more athletic.
That don't sound like fun.
I'm still confused.
It was so much fun, though. It really was. What, do you want us to, like, stay outside until the streetlights come on? Like, all of these things are just stereotypical things.
I don't know, man. I had to just put it down because the more I thought about it, the more I was confused. I have nowhere to go with that.
Right. Like, in home ec, we were taught how to sew. We were taught how to cook.
Yeah.
And we were taught, like, how to tie a tie. Like,
That's the only one that hasn't really stuck.
Tying a tie?
Tying a tie. I can do bow ties. I can do,
You can do bow ties, but you can't do a Windsor knot?
I can, but not like if I just throw it on, I'm like, it don't come out right. And I'm like, whoa.
What?
Like, how is that? Why does that look? Because, like, I like it to be equal side. I want it, like.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to be the
nice
triangle.
That it looks like a clip-on.
Yes, exactly. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. It takes so much practice.
It always ends up fucking. I was like, fuck it, just give me the bow tie now. Boom.
It takes so much practice, like an unbelievable amount of practice. I hate bow ties. What? To a T, I hate bow ties. God, I hate the way that I look in them.
How do you look?
I feel like I look like a waiter.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta give it a little extra flair. Like if you just straight up bow tie with nothing, like you look like you're the help. Yes.
I had a bow tie for our wedding.
Hold up, let me see something.
What?
Let me see this bow tie you're talking about.
I had a bow tie for our
wedding.
wedding.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm looking at it.
I don't think you have the pictures. I think I have the pictures.
I have some of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I didn't like.
Not a waiter, but more like a fancy event and like the servers.
A waiter.
I'm kind of getting that, or like a fancy bodyguard.
100%.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, like I 100% look like a waiter or someone that's part of staff.
Not on that one because of the colors, the
white jacket.
Yeah,
That's
if it
why
was
I'm
black,
like, if it was like,
If it was black, fair.
yes,
Okay,
but
okay.
with
that's
it
why I
being
was like a
off-white-
fancy bodyguard or like one of those like all white events and like you're one of the servers. That's what it's kind of.
Bodyguard, I could definitely see, especially like with
Yeah.
me being the size of a brick house. Like, it fits 100%. But I don't like bow ties. And what's funny is that my brother loves them, loves bow ties, and I think he has like a bow tie collection. While I take after my dad, and I love neckties.
But I feel like that's like such a man thing. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen my dad in a bow tie. He's like 100 ties.
I mean, that's
Never a bow tie.
even more closer to the help. He was like in that generation, so he probably strayed from the bow tie. I feel like
Maybe, yeah. That is so true.
So going back to black activity.
yeah, dude, I'm telling you, you got to leave that shit alone. I had to drop it.
I would.
I just had to drop it because I didn't.
Gosh, I'd be like, Mom, please tell me if these parents come back and put their kids.
Oh
in
no,
here.
she didn't.
They didn't.
No,
They didn't have enough black activities.
I guess not.
What does that mean? Because I went to daycare and I'm just like, what is she talking about?
When I was in daycare, I mean, a very long time ago.
Right.
I was waiting for you to say it.
I mean, the only thing we had like outside, we had the swings, we had the little fucking thing you get on and spin,
Yeah.
and monkey bars, and maybe the little kids had like a little tricycle bike type situation.
Right.
Oh, the trike, yeah.
Yeah, and then indoors we had, at the time they had Super Nintendo and Nintendo. I don't think Sega was out. I think it came out a little bit later.
No, Sega and Super Nintendo were out around the same time.
I mean, at the daycare.
Oh, at the
I think
daycare,
they
fair.
got one a little later.
Fair.
Like I think they just had this Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that's all they had. Like that was, and then they had like a little arcade basketball hoop thing in the back corner. I don't know what black activity.
Literally.
I don't.
Your mother listed all of these very good activities for for children to learn in their young age, and these parents were like, "What about the black activities?
Yes.
What exactly do you?"
Also,
Well,
y'all went to fancy daycares. I did not have any of this stuff when I went to daycare.
No, what was your daycare experience?
My daycare experience was like,
First of all, we went to daycares. First of all.
I went to technically it was a daycare. Technically, like I always called her my aunt though.
She was your mom, basically.
I mean, she was the sister to one of my mom's friends. So, yeah, that's an aunt. And I would hang around her kids. And man, I don't think we went to like a park, but they did have like a big wheel. We played on that thing so much that she was like, no. Y'all keep fighting over it. I'm going to put this thing away. It was like, man. So we just went outside. We played a lot outside. Got a couple bumps and scrapes, of course, because, we're boys. We roughhouse. We wrestle. And, man. But, like, inside, we did leapfrog. Like, not like the game, but or leap pad. What was it called? The interactive storybooks.
Yeah, you got it right the first time.
Leapfrog?
Yeah.
We ended up doing that. And we did coloring, arts and crafts, and things like that as well. Normal activities.
Yeah, that's why it's like, what did these parents mean?
Yeah, I don't.
Because, like, what are kid activities versus black kid activities? What is the difference?
I mean, we even like knitted, not knitted, but like what's the when you weave the yarn, not yarn.
Crochet?
Yeah, no, yeah,
No.
no, not really
So?
crochet. It's not crochet. It's like it turns into like a placemat at the end after you get done weaving all the shit into it.
Oh, you didn't have the
I can't remember what those things
I
are.
always
But I mean, but
referred.
that
I always refer to them as tambourines because that's what they look like. But you were able to like sew into them, and you created a design out of
yeah,
them.
I remember seeing them.
Yeah.
I mean, we did that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck about it. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't consider that necessarily black. I'm just saying, like, those are things
Yeah.
we did during the daycare time and movies.
Mm-hmm.
Fell in love with Sleepy Hollow back then. That was my favorite movie.
That's a good movie.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch a lot of stuff.
I know it's that's you have.
We're gonna make a Captain America list for you.
Why does it have to be a Captain America list?
Things you missed growing up.
I grew up in a Baptist church household.
We're gonna make a Captain America list for you. Things you missed between the years.
That's so much, though.
See,
I was on the internet.
Sometimes I'll be talking to him, and I'll be like, you don't.
Man, I was on the internet. I was on the internet a lot. I was an internet kid.
Your parents kept you away from everything else
but the internet, which is
one
crazy.
Place that everything is there.
Yeah. And
I mean, I guess I don't know. I didn't play on the internet a whole lot until. I mean, I guess the AOL chat rooms.
yeah, no, I was
my God.
terrified to go on. I was terrified to go on that version of the internet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
because
thought you were gonna get kidnapped.
the noise scared me the most. The dial-up noise.
Oh, that.
Yeah, terrified me, and it gave me even more PTSD because it was like you need to pay this amount in order to access the internet. And I'm like, I don't have money. Oh no, I gotta get out of here. So, did not access the internet for a while until we ended up until my dad got a different computer and he gave us an old Windows Vista. And we had a bunch of games on there, but we were also able, like, that's when we were in New York, we had Time Warner, back when it was Time Warner, not Spectrum. Fuck. Anyway, we were able to like access the internet through that, and that's when I ended up finding YouTube for the very first time. And that was like, I think I was in like the 6th grade, like 2008.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was in it
okay.
on the early days because YouTube came out in 2005.
Yeah, I remember YouTube was out when that came out, but I was probably online in AOL chat rooms like 6 years sooner than that.
Dang.
I'm guessing.
Dang.
About. Yeah, probably. And then playing like Counter-Strike and shit 4 years prior to that online.
Dang.
Age of Empires.
I'm telling you, I grew up in the wrong time period. Man.
Your age gap is not that big.
It's big enough, and that's the problem.
I was saying, because of our age gap, that's probably why like we were on AOL chat rooms. Because he got the age of like, yeah, chat rooms are okay. But then it's like by the time it got to us, we got more of like all those campaigns of be watchful with AOL chat rooms and be watchful of your like children on chat rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
No, we were definitely in before it got like we saw it get fucked up. Like it was like, oh, this new thing, and then it was like, oh shit. And then,
Right. So like our childhood, like we would never touch the AOL chat rooms or anything like that.
Fair.
Yeah. But I got even then like introduced to like 4chan and like all that. I was like on the late end of all of that.
Oh wow.
Like yeah, I was not on the up and coming of that at all. I missed that totally, all of that shit.
Wow.
And then I was like, yeah, I don't know. Then I don't know. I felt like after I caught back up to it and like I was introduced and I kind of ran through it, I was like, I feel like I'm kind of too old for this. Like it was, like I understood the jokes, but it just wasn't that funny.
Right.
So I was just like, all right, maybe it's not for me, and I left it.
That's how I felt about Reddit when I finally got into Reddit. I'm like, people enjoy this.
I mean, I like Reddit now, but you have to have very targeted like what it is you're looking
like the
at.
community, like the different communities in Reddit is very much like what makes it. Like I love the Subnautica subreddit because one, I love this game, and also two, I'm playing through it for the third time. Third. Okay. I'm playing through it for the third time, and I'm playing on hardcore mode, where if you die, you die. That's it. I've already died once. I'm trying real hard not to die again, because that means I have to start over. And I've gotten so far, but like I like going into that subreddit mainly because I love seeing new people being introduced to the game for the first time. Because I wish I could go back to that. Seeing this game for the very first time. And I remember...
Well, you can, in a way.
I already know... Like, I've played through it in its entirety.
But you
I
still
beat it.
Play it.
I mean,
in
yes.
a different way. To where it feels new again.
How?
VR.
No. Absolutely not. Listen,
I'm saying, man, if you want it to feel new, it'll be definitely feel new. Have a whole different feel.
Listen, I like VR from a distance. Subnautica in VR is a massive no. For one creature by itself is just a no for me. And that's the Reaper Leviathan. If I see a Reaper Leviathan in VR swimming at me, I'm going to fall to my knees and cry in the fetal position.
No, I get it, man. That it takes over enough senses where it feels very, very, very real.
Especially if I hear it first. If I hear it, then I see it, I'm done. I'm just dead. Just cease to exist.
You know we're off track.
Super off track, yeah. Because we were talking about how we were talking about black activities.
We're talking about how black people speak or how we are perceived.
And yes. That's what we were usually talking about.
We don't know what black activities are. So if anyone can like write in.
Oh my gosh, that
like,
I would
inform
love
us
to see.
what do you
what is a black
feel?
kid activity?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would be nice.
So like if you were like an adult going to like some type of, I don't know, club or community center or some shit. You're like, but do you have any black activities?
Like, what do you
people
mean?
playing spades in the back.
Whoa!
You know? Like, this is a place that's for children.
You know what?
What, the spades? Is the spades one an argument?
That kind of wins up. That kind of puts, that's a black activity. I feel like.
I do think so.
Yeah.
Well, like spades.
Are there lots of
spoons?
line dances going on in another room?
Line dances. That's kind of wild.
Just saying.
What'd you say?
Nothing. Yeah. I guess those are two good real examples.
But yeah, it's just like when it comes to kids, it's like, yeah, this is very confusing. This is worse than the black jobs question. Because it was like, at least you could still answer that in a funny way. It was like, yeah, you know, like security guards. It was like, that's the black job. It was like black kid activities. What is different? Like, what are y'all talking about?
Run from the cops.
That's
I mean, that's the
wild.
way they answer funny. I was
I
just
mean,
answering
Yeah.
the question.
no, that is fair. That's fair. That's fair. But like going back to our original topic on like black people and the way we sound, I can only think of like, well, not only, but there's a few examples I can think of where it's yeah, but it's also more of like dialect than it is about like black people sounding different. And I immediately think of Baltimore. There's a reel that I've seen where it's like if you're from Baltimore, you will not be able to read this sentence. And it's Aaron earned an iron urn.
Yeah, it's like Aaron,
And
Aaron,
it's
Aaron,
a
It's like you're
it's a
chewing
black,
on the R.
right. It's a black guy from Baltimore. At first, like, what are you talking about? Of course, I can read it. And he
Yes.
starts, and he's like, wait
a minute. That's
They
how
might
we
be
sound?
Right. He's like, oh, wait a minute. He kept to keep reading it. He was like, oh, snap. They're
But
right.
I feel like that's more of a representation of dialect and the region that you live in than it is about black people sounding different. Because there's the stereotypical sound of how black people sound. As usually like hood, ghetto, whatever.
Damn.
Exactly. And it's like that's not accurate by any but it's accurate, but it's not like how every one of us sounds. What?
I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
No, go ahead.
So that actually made me think of this recent video that I sent you. I think it's a woman in New Orleans or maybe Atlanta talking about food at a strip club. She was like, I come here for the food. The food is so good. She's talking about it.
Atlanta. She was in Atlanta.
Right. And so in the comments is like, this is exactly how Gambit sounded in the new. This is exactly what Channing Tatum sounds like as Gambit. And like, there are so many people that were like, that's not what New Orleans sounds like. And there are other people that are like, I live in New Orleans. That is what that sounds like. So then people are in the comments like, that's the point of his dialect coach. That this is probably what they were basing it off of. Someone in New Orleans that sounds like this. So like there are other people that are like, he had a terrible dialect coach. He didn't sound anything like anyone from New Orleans. Well, there are some people who are from there. They're like, this is spot on. So it's the same thing. It depends on where you're from, like where you grew up, where exactly in that town.
Right. There are also
could be
people in
different.
those comments that were saying that they couldn't understand her.
I understood her. I'm not from the South.
And I think that's the crazy thing is like I have no idea where she's at, but I understood every word that she said.
Yeah. There was a guy who was like, I went to Harvard. I work in corporate America. I understand everything she's saying. What are y'all talking about? I think there's some people, even like some black people, who just like to nitpick about how we talk. Who just like to like be hateful about how someone talks and to make that conversation of you talk bad. Some people like to start that conversation, whether it's correct or not, or whether they can actually understand. I think some people just like to put that out there and like make it that conversation, whether they actually understand or not. I feel like some people just kind of, I guess, like be a troll about it. You know, they'll just say that about anyone. Be like, I understood her just fine. What are you talking about?
I feel like that goes into a different aspect of like just being hateful on the internet.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot easier to garner attention if you're negative than you are if you're positive. And that's unfortunate because negativity is the thing that pops into people's head the most. Like if you're going off of a pure psychological standpoint of it. And that's why like whenever you're doing like self-critiquing, you always have like a negative connotation to like your internal voice than you do with than a positive connotation. It takes a while to learn how to speak about yourself positively than negatively. But yeah, no, that one was an interesting one as well. I didn't even think about that. And then there was one that we had said off camera, with Jet Set Radio, and the DJ from there, and I can't remember his name. I feel so bad that I can't remember his name. I remember the music though.
Oh, man, I remember the music.
The music was so good. The music was so good. Huh?
I remember the main reason you would all just like go back to playing the game was how good the music was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the message of Jet Set
Professor
Radio,
K.
I like. Professor K. Yes. The way he's depicted is a little rough. It's a lot rough. Actually, it's a lot
Yeah,
rough.
he's
I'm sure I'm gonna like find a picture of Professor K and put it in the video.
yeah.
But the way he sounds though is how I would imagine like an older black man to sound.
I mean, he kind of looks like a cartoon edit of Coolio.
Oh.
And maybe Busta Rhymes put together.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
In that picture, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, man, I that game, special place.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, when that game came out, that's around the same time that I found that was right there. I had it on the tip of my tongue.
You got it. You can find it
Air
again.
Gear.
Air Gear.
Yeah, the anime Air Gear.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so I like at the same time I was playing that, I found it. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Perfect.
I had a friend that introduced me to a movie called Air, and that's what it was called. Every time I like tried to search it up, I'd always get Air Gear instead. And I might have to give it a shot because if
so you never seen it?
If it's like,
see, that age gap is showing. I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
oh,
There's an anime. It was on Hulu at one time. Might not be anymore.
I
It's
feel like
definitely
Hulu
on
doesn't really
Crunchyroll.
take stuff out like that often.
I don't even use it. I just have it because it's like in the middle of HBO and Disney. It's like, hey, if you get HBO, you get Hulu too, and I'm like, okay.
okay, cool.
I don't even think I'm logged into it, but
Right, because you have Crunchyroll. You have no reason to have Hulu.
yeah. But something is on Hulu that I haven't been watching, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or maybe not The Office. Something, I don't know, some show like that.
Yeah, they do have good shows, good originals on Hulu.
But yes, Air Gear, one of my favorite animes. Watch it. It's a short one. I think they only have one. I think you only had one season.
Really?
Yeah, because the dude died.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll do it.
That'll do.
That'll
I was
do
hoping
it.
somebody would maybe pick it up because it did. I thought it was good. It had a really, it could go a ways. But nope, it's finito.
I like Jet Set Radio. Like initially I played it because of like the cool like skating, and then the graphics were like obviously not great, but it was like revolutionary for like its art style.
True.
And then like what I have it on my computer. I'm now like kind of paying attention to the story essentially.
Yes, the story is. I liked it.
Damn, I don't remember there being a story.
There's a story. So it starts off with a turf war, essentially. And the turf war is like someone ended up coming in, taking over your turf, and you have to figure out who it is. And essentially face all these different gangs that are vying for your turf now. But above all of that, there is the oppressive regime of the police. And they want everything to essentially be the same. Like, I think they're decked out in like white, just straight white. And so the whole point of Jet Set to be in particular is that their gang is about expression, color, and like individuality. Now, at the very as soon as you open the game, it's like vandalism is bad. It's like, do not do vandalism.
Yeah.
Don't do these things.
Exactly.
At home, kids.
But at the
Right.
same time, I can only imagine like the explosion of graffiti artists that came out when Jet Set Radio ended up coming to America.
I was thinking about like how this went over like with parents, stuff like that, because I was like, all of us had this game in our home. I almost wonder like how parents perceived this game. You know, because first they had that warning in the beginning, so they knew like it would be going through kids' minds.
My parents were military, so they were kind of strict but they weren't. It had like the warning labels, right? Whatever, parental guide, whatever on there on the box when you bought it or whatever, and they didn't bat an eye.
Yeah,
You know, like it wasn't like anything like hypersexual or anything, but I mean. Also, I think it was a different time for me when it was like, kids, we watched New Jack City, so like
Fair.
Like this game is it really that? Is it worse? No, probably not than that fucking movie. But I mean, yeah, I feel like parents cared a lot less then on what it is you did and didn't do. But with you guys, I don't know, because that's like a younger generation of parents. They might have been a little more restrictive.
I was in the military too, but I didn't really like look at like our games that much like that. Like I didn't. Of course, like I was the youngest and the only girl, so I didn't play like the more like M-rated games. Of course, like I wasn't allowed to do that. But no, I was just thinking about how, especially nowadays, like every time it's like a game that's just too much, it always ends up in the news. They're like, "There's this, it's too much for my kids," or it's blah blah blah. So I was just thinking, like, did this get headlines or something like that because of this reason? Of like gang turf wars and like the cops and stuff like that. Just like how like they heavily talked about GTA a lot. Much worse, but yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like that conversation that parents have about video games. It's like, it's gonna influence my kids.
So I was definitely policed, if you will, like when it came to games. I was told that we had Perfect Dark for Nintendo 64. I was told that I couldn't play it until I was 18.
Oh man.
Yeah. And that was for the Nintendo 64. The only thing, I know. And the only thing that is really bad about Perfect Dark is the gun violence. That's it. If it came out now, it'd probably be like teen, if anything. But my parents like heavily were of the mindset that the rating system was there for a reason. And when you say things like, "Oh my gosh, my kid is playing GTA and I can't believe like they're depicting all of these things," it's like, then why did you buy the game? Did you, as the parent, pay attention to what the game was about? If not, that is your fault.
Well,
but they don't want to hear that.
Yeah, no, people, whatever they can do to escape the blame.
Yeah.
You know, it's never their fault or whatever. And
that's just like when the movie Sausage Party came out. And a bunch of families took their kids to see. They're like, "It's animated. It's fine." I was like, "It has a rating. Do you see the rating? It says R."
Yeah.
It's like, that is your fault.
Yeah, and that movie in particular does not open well.
No, no, it doesn't.
Like in particular.
It's like, did you watch the trailer at all?
Nothing.
Did you like do any research before deciding? Oh, it's animated. It's fine. It's like, no, how would you do your research first?
Because all cartoons are for kids.
Yes, 100%. I know your mom has that same sentiment. And it's like, it's a cartoon. It's for kids. It's like, go ahead, sit down. Watch Attack on Titan. Tell me it's for kids. Go ahead. watch that first episode. Tell me this is
I
for
know,
kids.
when I see, like, children with Attack on Titan, like, t-shirts or something like that, I was like, there's no way that child is watching Attack on Titan.
Better yet, watch Arcane. Watch that first episode.
Right.
Tell me it's for kids.
If your kid's watching it, they're traumatized. If your kid is...
Jeez. No, it's like it bothers me so much when I hear about this thing being put on the crucifix because I ended up getting it for my child and it had all of these bad things in it. And it's like, why didn't you be a parent and, not get it for your child?
Yeah.
Because immediate satisfaction of the kid to get the kid to be quiet is better than taking the time out of your day to be a parent. It's more easy
It's like,
to just
my
give
kid
them
wanted
little.
it, so I just bought it. It's like, if you cared so much about what media they're, like, being influenced by, why didn't you look into it first, You just wanted someone to blame when things went wrong.
Maybe it's the fact that we don't have kids yet. Maybe that's where it comes from.
Maybe.
But
it just seems like that.
I feel like when we have kids, that isn't going to matter.
Yeah, I mean, every parent is different. Like, not all parents, like, care or believe in that.
Right.
But it just seems like that. It was like, did you look into it first? Did you just trust what your child told you and bought the game? It was like, is your child actually being different or acting any different since playing this game, or are you assuming they're going to be different or more violent or such and such because of said game?
I mean, if we don't know anything, we know people mimic what they idolize, right? So, like, if they're playing this game, like, say, like my brother, when we were young, especially when we had, like, wrestling was, like, big, right? You had, like, Triple H, you had, like, and,
Sorry.
And,
I'm just getting, flashbacks.
and, you had, what the fuck was that? The fucking, I can't remember these fucking names. It's been so long.
Triple H, Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, you have Rey Mysterio.
Kane.
Yeah, Kane. You had Undertaker. You had all of them.
John Cena, of course.
Yeah,
Big Show.
You had all of them, and that pose, the fucking
yeah.
my brother loved that shit. It was his favorite thing, and like he would do it in school and around the parents, and he would get slapped down like, don't fucking do that shit. Like, what the fuck is that? Like,
right.
But he idolized it and he did it. So it's like, if you're running through the hood in GTA and you should walk up to somebody's house, shoot them, eat their food, rape their daughter in the car, and then take off in their car, like, and the kid is idolizing that. I can see that they might try to do that shit.
Yeah, it's like, you would hope that your child is smart enough to know not to do those things in real life. But it goes back to you as a parent. Did you look into what this game was before you bought it? Because the child didn't buy it, you did.
It goes back to, did you parent your child?
Yes, did you parent your child first?
Because your child can do all of those things. They can idolize what they see in GTA and like how they act in GTA. But so long as your parent is like, this is a video game, you cannot do that stuff in real life. That's where that distinction comes from, if that makes any sense. Speaking of GTA, I just thought of another one. Franklin. I'm circling it back. Franklin from GTA and the way that he talks. Yeah. And his, what is his name? His boy. I want to say it's Lamar. I don't think that's right. But the way that they talk in GTA is like the stereotypical hood black man. And
I think in the game, isn't he from Compton as well?
Mm-mm. Los Santos, which is like the game version of LA.
No, that's where he moved.
Mm-mm.
Where was he originally from in the beginning of the game?
He was from Los Santos. That's where he lived in.
I just watched. I didn't play. So.
You're right. You did.
It's like he was from somewhere else and then he moved.
Mm-mm.
And then he got the bigger house.
Mm-mm. No, he was in Los Santos, but he got moved into like one of the richer neighborhoods of Los Santos. So he went from essentially like his mom's house.
Yeah.
He went from his mom's house to a bigger house that he owned, essentially. Obviously, he ended up doing a job to get the house, but he still ended up getting it. The thing that I find interesting about that, though, is like he went from a space where, yeah, he couldn't stand the space that he was in, but he was surrounded by people. Probably to his detriment, because those people weren't doing anything to like bring him up. But then he gets moved into this place by himself where he has no one. And I can only imagine how that would feel on like your mental. Especially if you've been around these people for like so long. And to go to somewhere where like you don't have anyone. Not anymore, at least. Except for the people that you're working with.
That makes me sometimes like you hear stories from um like black athletes or even like musicians who I guess like come up and they talk about how like lonely it is when you get to the top. So like it's mad different when they were younger and they lived at home or they lived like their hometown, they're surrounded by like their cousins and their brothers and their sisters. But then when you move away and you decide to get a bigger home and I got a basketball court and a pool, it was like, but I live in this giant mansion by myself. Or maybe sometimes they'll have a family, but it was like things are different. You know, they have different type friends and stuff like that. It's like my environment is different. Somehow like you feel lonely.
Yeah, but I also feel like that goes into what we were reading with I think Rich Dad Poor Dad. No, maybe it was Cashflow Quadrant, where
The same. They go together.
I mean, kind
They're
of.
by the same man.
Yeah, that's true. But it's being around different people either elevates you or brings you down. Brings you down to like where they're at. So if you're around people who don't want to do anything with their lives, that don't want to go anywhere or be anything, then that's what you'll be, essentially. Your environment makes up who you will be, or a part of who you will be. And if you're around people that want to do something, that want to go somewhere, and then you end up finding like other opportunities where you can do that.
And it's just like the slippery slope. It's like I'm around people that aren't like very good for my detriment. Just like down here, but I'm not lonely. I'm around people who care for me and love me. But then when I'm on the come up, and I'm around people who are better for my detriment and keep me like in a good space, it might be lonely every now and then. So it's like you pick your poison. Like, what do you want out of life?
I also think it depends on like how the people you were around act when you have money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You just been real quiet.
No, I've been listening. You know, I mean, I don't disagree with anything that's been said. So,
Okay. I'm watching you, Charlie.
So
Yeah.
you were saying about how Franklin talks in the game GTA.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get back to that?
Not really. That was it.
We're still off topic.
I mean, a little bit, but we're having tangents that are, associated with.
We're just off topic.
I feel like only so much can be said about that. Like,
What's funny is before we started the camera, we were talking about it.
excuse me.
Then when we started, we kept getting off topic.
Yeah.
It's like we were heavily talking about it. And then we were talking about other things. Like, yeah, that goes into the conversation too. Now we're like, we keep getting off tangent and nowhere close to the topic once the camera started.
I feel like it's close. It's, like I said, it's tangential. Like, it's close. It's just, we're here and the topic's like here.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, wasn't the first time I've ever heard someone say something about how the way I speak, but it was definitely the first time it was ever put that way. Normally,
Yeah.
I've only heard it like,
oh, you speak different.
yeah, you speak,
Yeah.
you speak real proper. You speak very proper.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard. Do you only date white girls? That was.
Yeah. It was odd. Are you still seeing her?
Mm-mm.
On another date?
No. Not for any like bad reason or good reason. It just didn't.
Just meh.
Yeah. Just didn't. But now, so I listen to how people talk more than I did before. Like I've always been a listener. I don't really talk that much. Like even around people I know, like I'm fairly quiet. But trying to listen to see how it is that I speak different from others.
I'm very quiet, especially when like I'm around like new people. Just get like a grasp of like who you are and stuff like that. Like I am very quiet. I don't think I pay attention to how people talk that often. Even especially that like I grew up hearing that because I did grow up around more like I grew up in more like suburban areas. I grew up more around like white kids and stuff like that. So I got that a lot. Like when I did not move into more black neighborhoods, but when I was around like black people more, like you speak different, or like being called an Oreo and stuff like that. So I did grow up with that being told to me a lot growing up. So I don't really listen to how people talk. Every now and then I can catch it when I talk to someone and be like, oh, I think they're from down south. Like, oh, I think they're from Maryland or something like that. And I think I was talking to someone that works on like the maintenance team for our complex, and he told me he's from Maryland. I was like, I can hear it. And I was like, true. Even though I barely go to Maryland, I was born there, but I barely go up there. But you can hear it like the longer like you live in the DMV, you can kind of tell where people are from if they're from DC, Maryland, or Virginia. Sometimes you can tell. Excuse me.
I feel like that goes into a deeper, because what you're describing is dialect, like the way that people talk, versus how we're perceived when we talk. Damn, both of y'all coughing? Y'all good?
Choking on air.
Oh dear.
I like slowly die if I don't have the humidifier on at night.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get out of bed and fill it up every single night. But I feel like that's a difference between dialect and the way that we're perceived when we speak.
And then, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say because it's the same thing with me, and really, like, I've just doubled down. Like people tell me, like, "Oh my gosh, you're like the whitest black guy I've ever met." I'm like, "Yep, that's me." Like, what else do you want? That is how it is, and you're not gonna get anything else. Next question.
You're like, yeah, so what's up?
Exactly, and it doesn't mean that I don't know how to hang out in like black social circles. I don't think I said that right. Black social circles.
I thought you were gonna say black settings, but you added all these other words.
I mean, it's more of a social circle than it is anything. Like,
Keep saying that too.
social circle?
Yes.
Because that's what it is. Because I don't know if it'd be like, I don't know, like, black settings. Like, there's
Like the Cookout.
the stereotypical black setting, yes. But, like, it's more of like a social circle than it is a setting. They can happen anywhere. Like, you always say that I can make friends anywhere. That's because I pay attention to what people are saying rather than like how they're saying it. And that's something that I feel like I picked up more while I was at Cadillac. I picked up more on like the words that people say rather than like the way that they're talking, or I can't remember what you were saying. You had said like you were talking about how like you listen more to the way that people speak. I think. Anyway.
I don't know. Sure. I have no choice but to believe you. I'm not.
But yeah, I pay attention more to like the words, the individual words that people will say. And I noticed that even more so while I was working at Catalent, because the thing about it is that there were people that I worked with that will say things and it'll feel like sandpaper in my head. Like something about that doesn't feel right. Or like something I think we had talked about this like very briefly, but one of the coworkers who's like, I just want to go ahead and be comfortable, enjoy like the time that I'm working here and like things like that. Like I don't feel like moving and starting over and things like that. And that would be like the coarsest sandpaper that would go off in my brain. And I'd be like, oh, so you don't, I don't know if I want to like talk to you further type thing. I feel like that might be more toward my like what I value versus like him as a person, because I value growth and pushing yourself further in life, no matter how uncomfortable you might be. Like this right here, where we're at, I am beyond uncomfortable. This is hard. This is so hard. But I value this because it's something that I know for a fact that I've wanted, one, and two, that I feel I'm going to need in order to grow. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, one, you're putting yourself out there to be criticized. Two, and in the worst way. Not only just voice,
but
video.
Everything.
So like, yeah, so any like weird like mannerisms you have, any tics, any things like you kind of lean to one side more, or you play. I'm always like moving around. I can't sit still. Like it's gonna get criticized.
Yeah.
So like
all of it.
Handle it.
Yeah. Can you handle the pressure?
But it didn't really like start hitting me at all yet because we haven't started posting the videos.
Oh,
But yeah,
when you
like,
start, when you start getting those comments, you're gonna be like, "What do they mean? My forehead looks shiny."
I'm like, nah, you're right.
The criticism.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's why before starting my business, I think
Mm-hmm.
one of the things I wanted to get into was starting a YouTube channel because I love YouTube commentaries. So I was gonna do that, and a thing I was doing was like practicing on camera because I hate seeing myself on camera and I hate hearing my voice. So I was practicing doing the videos first and like going back because also I need to practice editing because I hadn't done it since like I was in college.
Right.
So I was like, I need to practice all these things first. And I was like going back and hearing like my voice and stuff like that. I was like, oh god. I was like, I don't like it. I was like, they're not gonna like me.
Just like I don't like it.
I don't like it. Like I look ill. I'm like, I should put makeup on before I start recording. I look like. I still get that, but it's not gonna hit me until we start posting. Because I'm not going to think about it as much, like how I look or how I sound or anything like that. And also, I'm not editing, you are. So I'm not hearing the things.
Why do you think I waved to the camera?
I know. So it's like, I'm not editing, so I'm not thinking about it. I'm like, whatever.
Even then, like, I think it goes back to what I was talking about prior to. Like, we are like our own worst critics. Yeah. And we'll have a stronger negative connotation to ourselves than we will with like having a positive connotation to ourselves. But yeah, like talking about or listening to the way that people talk or the words that they use rather, like really has opened my eyes to people. Like all manner of people. And the people that I have associated with and the people that I've stopped associating with kind of like paints a picture of like the words that or more paints a picture of like I can't think of the word. Yeah, no, I lost it. That sucks.
But what you said about like listening to people, especially at your last job, made me think of that's kind of the beautiful thing about where we live. Like as much as I want to leave this state, that is kind of the beautiful thing about where we live because of the DMV and where we are in our history, especially DC. A lot of people migrated here, and there's so many different types of people here. That's like we know, like the Chantilly, Fairfax area of Virginia is predominantly like Asian, and then God, there was another city I was going to bring up. It's that predominantly something.
That isn't Manassas?
Yeah, I was going to bring up another city, but it's just you can always run into someone else. I even picked up this when we moved here. I was like 13. And I think at that time we were learning like Virginia history and stuff like that, and how like a lot of people end up migrating to DC. It's either DC or New York, right? People end up migrating to those areas of the state whenever something happened, right? And I'm like, that makes sense. I was like, there's a lot of people that live here I did not run into as a child living in New Mexico. I was like, yeah, that's crazy, but it's really cool because I was like, I never saw someone with a hijab on in New Mexico, but here, yeah, I didn't have any classmates with hijabs on or anything like that. I remember there was this boy who had like a thing on his head. I don't know what it's called. But that's the closest.
A yarmulke?
No, not like that. But it was like a little like white thing that was on his head. It sat up, not like flat on his head. That's like the closest thing to like something different, like headwear being on someone's head. But that's it. But yeah, moving here to the DMV, it's like you'll get all walks of life,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll hear different dialects and like different people in general. So it's like when people assume, especially us like living in this area, like when people assume like every Asian person is supposed to speak a certain way or every black person is supposed to speak a certain way, it's really telling about where they grew up and or how they grew up. Because it's like if you live like where we live, you'll hear different people and how we speak and how we talk. And it's like there's no one way to be black. There's no one way to be brown. There's no one way to be Asian. I,
Just choked that one out there,
yeah,
didn't
I
you?
was like, I couldn't come up with something else to say. But, it's like there are some people you can tell that they didn't grow up around a lot of different people
Mm-hmm.
because they'll just put you in a monolith. And then that goes back to like you were talking about video games or movies. You can tell like those directors only saw one type of something
Mm-hmm.
or never seen it before. And all they know is the depictions they saw on television.
Some of the older anime is very, very telling of that. I'm not gonna name all of them, but I know a few animes that have done a fantastic job of depicting black people in anime. And I will die on this hill that Bleach is probably one of the better representations of that. Now,
Especially in that time frame.
especially in that time period,
Yeah.
where was that like late 90s, early 2000s? Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, and like Naruto Shippuden did a decent job. Bleach did it better, and then we don't talk about One Piece. Hi, editing Keith here. Just so the One Piece fans don't come after us, I will say Kuzan is alright for black appearances in One Piece. Just wanted to let you guys know. But we don't talk about One Piece. But I will say that for modern anime, I would argue that Fire Force does a better job. Even better yet, going back still, Soul Eater still did a fantastic job. I'm mad that they killed Sid. I'm still mad that they killed Sid.
That wasn't a good depiction.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
But his weapon, I want to say it's Masubi. But I don't think that's right. But the I keep calling them Bebe kids, and that doesn't feel right. The kid with the the gauntlets, who look like little Bebe kids. They look like toddlers, but if I remember correctly, it was him and Death the Kid who had two weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, Death the Kid got the spotlight because he is the child of Death.
And Death is the principal of the school.
Yeah.
So.
But I would have loved to hear, how did he meet these kids? Like, why? It's like it looks like they have like a whole sibling relationship. But, yeah, no, Soul Eater is a fantastic depiction of like black people in anime.
Wait, who's black?
Who?
Soul Eater?
There's a few characters.
There's a few.
Black.
There are a few black
it's
characters.
Not a lot. There's a few.
Yeah.
And there's like one of the teachers who has like a bad depiction. Like you would think he came out of Bleach. He ends up dying really early on. He dies. But
yeah, Sid
him.
dies, but
he dies, but he stays on.
He's like, if I remember correctly, he's like a zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of black characters in Soul Eater, but they look good though.
It's a handful.
The ones that you do have, they do look good. But that makes me think of a conversation we had recently about anime that is either black, like created by a black person, or someone that's brown and still doesn't depict black people in a great light, or we aren't. There's still like those stereotypical things that are in there, and it's like, who told you to do that? Why is that there? Like you're the creator, you know. Like the Black Samurai one that came out on Netflix.
Yes,
and then there was,
Yasuke.
Yes, that's what it was called.
So how'd you feel about Cannon Busters?
We liked Cannon Busters,
No,
but
we didn't.
I'm not done talking. Except, like, we liked it, like, the animation was good, and, like, they looked good, but then it was, like, the plot was, man. But I was gonna say, like, Yasuke, there was that scene where they tried to paint him white, or they tried to take his black away. Because I think the Japanese men he ran into was like, what's wrong with him? Why does he look that way? And they kept trying to wash him off. They were trying to wash him off. They thought he was dirty. It was like, why is this?
I feel, hang on. Yeah. Now, with that in particular, I don't think that's bad.
Like, it's not bad because it's like, that is probably something that has happened in the past.
Right.
Of course.
Especially when it's like feudal Japan.
Yes, I guess like for the time period, like it does make sense for that to have happened to him, and that he did have some racist things that happened to him throughout the show. It was just by a black creator, and it's like, why did you have to put that in there? You know, because we don't always have to have, especially in like it was kind of a fantasy show at that, because it was kind of like, where are we going here? Like all of a sudden there was magic involved and stuff, but we just don't always have to have, like... I'm sorry, my ear's ticking. We always don't have to have, like, slavery brought up in everything or perceive it, like, when it is media that is, like, it was written out, like, made up, like, nothing, like, based off historic events. It just doesn't have to be there. You know what I mean? It's like we can have like a peaceful black story, like the Jaden Smith anime.
Oh,
like that was like set in the
Neo
future.
Yokio.
I knew it was Neo something.
I didn't even watch it.
Oh, we like
it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty.
There's
a different art style.
Yeah. It's very laid back.
Yeah. Like,
laid
it's not
back
too
and
serious.
relaxing.
It was nice. It had serious points, but like serious moments, but not too serious.
I think my problem with Yosuke is that the
plot also was not there all the time.
I mean, I feel like it could have been more. It could have been more about Yosuke instead of Yosuke protecting this child.
Yeah. Because it was giving the black help trope.
I understand having a problem with that trope. I personally don't. But I think that's because I like to help people. And that might just be something with me, but I know that's something that I like to do.
I like helping people as well, but like having that black help trope like pop up in media all the time it also doesn't help people who have never met a black person before see something and has the black help trope, and they're like, oh, a black person is supposed to be there to help you. Because that is what that trope is. Because we're still being depicted as the black person is supposed to help you. They're not supposed to be the lead. They are the black help. The person that helps you along in the story. And it was like, even though the anime was called Yosuke, it was like he wasn't the main character.
Fair. That I can agree to.
I'll have to watch it again. Maybe I can watch it today and see how, and like through a different lens and see how I feel about it, or a more magnified.
Mm.
You know, because I think the first time I kind of just watched it to enjoy it. I didn't really like analyze it or pick it apart or anything. And I've only also seen it only once, so it is probably
Same.
good to kind of push through it one more time
Mm.
and look at it differently. But I enjoyed it. From what I remember, I enjoyed it. It wasn't great.
That's what I was saying. Like it could have done more.
Yeah, definitely could have done more.
Mm.
I don't know if you ever seen an anime called, I think it's called Seven Samurai.
Yes. Oh wait.
Came
No, we
out
didn't see that one. Never mind.
It
I thought
came
you were gonna
out
say something else. Sorry.
similar time frame. Maybe a couple years before Yasuke, and I kind of wish it would have went that direction versus where it was going. But I don't know. It's like with all these medias and stuff that come out. Like it comes out and you're like, oh, I wish they would have done this. It would have been better if you done it this way. But it's like, am I gonna take the time to learn to draw and edit and make my own anime? Probably not.
Yes.
He said, "I'm not cool."
Yes, I. So
You are. Yes.
I am.
Yes. No,
So
not
that's.
I.
I think that's the reason why I love writing so much, because it's like you see all these things like it would have been better if it done this or done that, or if it had like this turn and that turn. It's like you can just write it.
Mm-hmm.
You can just take that idea and you write it. And this is the thing that I love about like creative media in general, is that like this is how you get art. It's like, oh, that's oh, that's nice and all, but what if they did this instead? And you get those people who make that thing that could have been this. And then you see, then other people are like, oh, that's really cool that they went this way, but what if they went this way instead? And then they make it in their own style, in their own way. And it just branches out and creates this wonderful web of storytelling, art, and creative like energy. I feed off of that shit. I feed off of that. It's so good. Like the reason why I'm writing the story that I'm writing is because there was I have a fascination with Arthurian legends, and I love anime, love Bleach. And I'm like, what if our favorite ginger-headed boy was essentially taken into a different direction? Like instead of it going the Bleach route, but with Arthurian legends. And I'm like, that could be awesome. I was bored one day and I started daydreaming about a fight that happened to take place in my story. And I started writing shit down because I'm like, this seems really cool to turn into a story. And I started writing it down. I daydreamed more, and I started writing more stuff down. And it just got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I might as well just make this into a story, into a comic or animation or something. I don't know. That we can go ahead, watch Yosuke, and like come back and talk about.
We all rewatch Yosuke.
Yeah, and talk about it.
You know, that would have been a good thing to do. If we watched an
Right.
anime and then come back and talk about the episode.
Right.
That would have been.
Even though our channel is about mind over game. That's why he was trying to stay with like the gaming. Like,
right.
Yeah.
We could also go and play Jet Set Radio.
We
could play Jet Set Radio and do that.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is the new Jet Set Radio.
Oh.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
I pulled it up earlier and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I need to make.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds awesome. Bomb Rush.
It came out a little bit ago, maybe 6 months, I think.
Oh yeah.
It came out for like a alpha or not alpha.
Beta.
And
ooh.
yeah, it's a spiritual They say it's really good.
I'm in. I'm so in. I love Jet Set Radio, so
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm really interested too. Like I wanna
Oh
try
my
it.
gosh, should we have a game that we play for the week?
Good.
I like that idea.
I was gonna say, or we could watch an anime that's based off a video game, and then talk about it.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
You ready for Sword Art?
Oh, I didn't know that was based off a video game.
Sword Art Online is based on like the standard MMORPG genre.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
True.
I'm just like slugging like season 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like 3 or 4 seasons. And everyone talks about how dog shit season 2 was, and I'm like, that's a train that I'm gonna miss. Bye.
Especially if it's a game that you've played. Like, you're not gonna go over the trauma that is Arcane, and then like you comparing to.
I think we already did.
I was gonna say because they're not even in the same.
No, they're not in the same ballpark, like at all.
But like, go back a few subjects. I was gonna bring up how sometimes I still worry about how people, especially Black people, might depict your comic book because you didn't make like. It was like I'm here with this thing, but they're Black. Like you didn't make Author Black.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like there's gonna be some people that like they're not gonna be happy about that. So I feel like that's like like that's gonna be like that's gonna be something that someone brings up.
I have kind of come to an understanding.
That wheel is close to that.
I've come to an understanding that
that is gonna be one of like criticisms.
People are going to hate whether or not I make changes. They're going.
Yeah,
no matter exactly.
Yeah. Whatever you decide to do, there's gonna be a hater.
Exactly. My target audience is the audience that I have been reading essentially, which is like YA, like the young adult novels. Love those. And I guarantee you they're not for young adults. Like Aragon was a YA novel.
Yeah.
That's not YA. That's nowhere close. And it ended up defining a genre. Or, yeah, it defined a genre. Same thing with Harry Potter and Hunger Games and Divergent. Like, that's my target audience. I don't really... I understand...
Like, it's probably, yeah.
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 And who's to say that the next story that I make will not have a Black protagonist? Because I have a next story that I have in mind, and he is going to be Black. But I feel like it makes more sense to release or to write about Arthur and the new Knights of the Round Table first. At least in the universe that I've made. But we come back. We're going to end the episode here. And when we come back, we would have watched Yosuke. Maybe have played Jet Set Radio.
And on Steam?
Mm-hmm. I have it on Steam, yeah. I can only play it on controller because the what's it called? The spray painting can only be done on controller.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because you got that circle, half circle shit, full circle. Yeah.
I actually have to find the what's it called? The cord to my controller. And then I guess I can also finish excuse me. The Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I guess I can finish that too.
I don't see it on here.
It's not on there anymore? No way.
That's crazy. I didn't know Steam took games off.
They do. They like it's like when developers or like when developers will put up games or like will have games on Steam, like they'll have a sale. Like I think there was one for like Sega Day, and that's how I ended up getting Jet Set Radio.
So just so you know, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is $40 on Steam.
Oh,
look at that.
There's a bunch of Steam sales coming up.
Yeah, just add it to your cart and wait.
That's what I did with Balatron. Damn. Oh, it looks so good.
It does look like Just Like Radio.
Oh my gosh. You know who I want to do the music still?
Do you want to stop this? Your fucking computer's gonna crash if it just keeps recording.
It's not gonna crash. I want
Did it twice actually.
Nakamura to still do the music. I really hope he's doing the music. Because that's who did the music for Jet Set Radio. I really hope so. But yeah. That's our homework. Watch Yosuke.
Watch Yosuke, maybe play the game.
Maybe play Jet Set Radio. I know Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming out, and that's gonna have Yosuke in it as well.
Okay.
And that had people up in arms.
Oh, I bet it did.
Not only that, but they also had a Konoichi as well, and people were very pissed about that.
Oh, so yeah, next year. I forgot to add this. I did go to Katsucon.
Yeah.
We didn't get a ticket because the ticket was $90,
Ooh.
and we could only go for Friday.
Oh.
So
it was only for a day?
Well, we had to work Saturday and Sunday. We worked nights, so we were only going to go from like whenever they opened, 12 to 4. So we were like, all right, well, we'll just go up to the hotel, or because it's a convention center, right? So we just go up to the convention center. We could just walk the halls and talk to people. So we did that, and to be honest, for a convention like Katsucon or GalaxyCon, where I'm not really gonna go and meet any artists or anybody famous. There's no panels or anything I want to go to. I'm literally only there to either cosplay or like see other people's cosplays. I didn't see. I would never buy a ticket. I would just go how I did this time. We went. We kind of stayed in the common area, like in the lobby, and in the halls. We walked around. We talked to people. Had I brought the camera, I might have would have interviewed a few people. I didn't bring the camera. I didn't even think about it.
Fair.
But next time I'll interview some people. But yeah, just interacted with the cosplayers and the people that were there. I had fun. We were there for a couple hours, and then we left and got ramen.
Nice.
It's cool. Yeah, I would definitely say, if you didn't want to commit to paying. Now that's only going to work in that type of setting, right? Like, so if you go to like a real convention center. No, actually no, because if you go to a real convention center, a lot of them will let you in the door, but before you walk into like the place, the events, you have to have your badge.
Yeah, true.
It wouldn't work as well in some of the other conventions, but it worked well at that one, at the Gaylord. So I would recommend that, especially if you can't go all 3 days or something.
So next year.
Yeah, next year I'm thinking of doing that again. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to.
Problems.
I mean, if it is, then I didn't pay any money anyway, so I'm not out of anything. I probably still be working while I am working, so I probably will only be able to do 1 or 2 days. So, but just going to enjoy something for a couple hours, being around, seeing what's out there and how people are doing new costumes, which it was cool. Worked out well.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting costumes. I didn't take any pictures. A lot of interesting costumes. Well, I had my hands full, so I couldn't really. I had those roses.
Oh, fair.
But no, man, good time. Definitely recommend. Get out the house and do something fun for a little bit. And went and got some ramen. It was great. Got drunk.
Yeah.
Sounds like a normal Friday evening for you.
Yeah, Friday especially. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Threster? I'm going to break this up.
Who?
Threster? It's an anime.
I've seen 2 episodes.
It is really good. That's another one where, that could have got better. But again, it's something that's made by someone that isn't Japanese. It's like it was based off Filipino culture.
Filipino
mythology.
folklore, yeah.
Yeah, their folklore. It was that was nice to see. Like, that's different than, like, usual.
Did you see Seis Manos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that one, too.
Seis Manos was really good.
Yeah,
Sad that
one.
it ended in one season.
Like, that could have went somewhere. Like, it even, like, ended, like, on a cliffhanger.
Definitely. Yeah.
Ended it.
All right. Homework for this week. Yosuke. Jet Set Radio. You're gonna have to send me that game. Bomb
Rush Cyberpunk.
Rush
is your Steam?
Cyberpunk.
So I can just add you.
No. I have to give you my Steam code, my friend code.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and.
Discord, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we can do it.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Later.